What's up with it, y'all? Polo Sports Talking ENT. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna talk about this fight. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. Okay. Um, I know I got a lot of background noise. I'm trying to drive and then also go ahead and give y'all the fight breakdown and everything and what I of course what I thought about everything. Now let me be clear about something before people start tripping about, oh, okay, well, all this and that and all this stuff. These, this was to me, this fight wasn't really, I mean, it's not really a marquee matchup. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we can't overreact when we say, okay, well, this guy is trash and that guy's trash or anything like that. For one, we're talking about a YouTube sensation in Jake Paul, in which, I mean, okay, some people have their feelings about Jake Paul in terms of not liking him or anything like that. But you say what you want, Jake Paul knows how to sell the fucking fight. I mean, he got his own way of doing it and his own way of promoting it, but he knows how to sell a fight. Is he a type of fighter that can get in there with one of the pound for pound fighters right now, the elite? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He's not ready to be on that level. If he was to get in there with, of course, like a guy like 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 Canelo or even Earl Spence or a Charlo or somebody like that, he would get mollywopped. But listen, I'm gonna be straight up and honest, okay? And this is not any type of biasness, whatever type of biasness that you think. This fight should have been either on Woodley's way or it should have been a draw. It should have been a draw, okay? And that's not to say that Jake Paul didn't give it all that he had, because when the fight had taken place, we already knew that coming into the fight, uh, Jake Paul pretty much had the advantage in terms of the height, and he had the advantage in terms of him being more of the boxer. And that's not to say that you know he was the best boxer or anything like that. But he's a straight MMA boxer. You know what I'm saying? He's not what we call a traditional boxer, and in that regard. So he's young, he's younger, and he's gonna flex his muscle in that regard. But I felt like overall, for what it was worth, some people may have thought that the fight was like, wasn't really what you would call a entertaining fight. But to me, I felt like it was entertaining for what it was. But at the same token, I felt that it was wrong because uh, you know Woodley Woodley hit him with some good shots. Now they scored the split decision at 77, 75, 75, 77, and then 78, 74 in favor of Paul. The first, like, in round one, okay, uh, Paul, Paul actually, came in with a little bit, aggressive, but he wasn't like what you would call like clean with it, if that makes any sense. Woodley, the fact that he wasn't busy enough and barely threw anything, you automatically knew that Paul would have had that advantage in that round, especially in round one. Uh, Again, and like in round, and like I said, in round two, it was the same type of situation. Wasn't throwing anything. Now he did land that right hand. That right hand, to the body was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like that second round, it could have went either way, but for the most part, I think Woodley got that one. Okay. Uh, I think what was the turning point was one could argue was maybe round three, if you looked at it as Paul winning. Uh, he came with that uppercut, and then Woodley landed that right hand right at the end. And but I think Paul had got it um, around like in around like 5 and 6. They started to kind of look a little bit tired. You could tell, like, these guys were, very inexperienced, but they did whatever they could to get the job done and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And Paul would have Paul had that one big right, and then Woodley needed to finish. He needed to finish off the round in order to get that round. They probably would have put it in favor of him. And then, of course, it was all about that right hand that Paul was getting. But the fight pretty much was, neither one of these guys were really landing like really clean shots or anything. So to me, the fight could have went pretty much, either way. Now, some people felt like Woodley, because he did have that near knockout. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, everybody felt like Woodley got robbed. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna say he got robbed, but I was saying that the fight could have went either way, or it could have went. It could have. It should have possibly been a draw. You know what I'm saying? But it's just that if you're gonna step in the ring and you're actually gonna be call yourself a professional fighter and everything, then there's a level of expectation that people hold you to. You understand what I'm saying? Like I have to see. Oh yeah, what's up, TJ? I see you in the building, and I see you in your subject. I have to see Paul against a qualified boxer. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that takes boxing truly serious. Not somebody that done been in MMA. Not anybody. Not a celebrity. None of that stuff. Because if he fights a guy like Canelo would probably in the fight within maybe, I'd say about 2 to 3 rounds. Probably lay him out probably in the second round. And that's the type of that's the type of level that I think that he probably can maybe get to. He'll probably maybe last maybe 1 or 2 rounds with an elite. boxer. And then, of course, if they're a knockout artist, he's going to be asleep probably within the first round. Now, they're talking about a rematch. I know Woodley said he wants a rematch, but I don't think Paul wants that smoke anymore. I think Paul he's gonna probably find his way out of here because I think after him being hit with those shots and everything like that, he's beginning to know, okay, while this guy's an MMA fighter, he knows that if it had been, somebody of like a Canelo's caliber or, a Sean Porter or something like that, it would have been night for him. And I think that's what he's looking at. And I also think that maybe he's starting to have second thoughts about moving forward. Me personally, like I said in the beginning, I think that Jake Paul, and some people going to disagree with me, he's good for boxing in terms of bringing in the people and selling the fight and getting people to grab their attention. Because whether you hate them or whether you love them, you're still watching the fight. And a lot of people, like, okay, for instance, in wrestling, a lot of people know that wrestling's fake. A lot of people know that wrestling isn't real, but what sells the matches? It's the promotion. It's the character. It's like you want to see that guy win really, really bad, or you want to see that guy lose really, really bad. Some people tune in. It's like to watch LeBron James, not for him to win, but they want to see him lose. If that makes any sense. Or they want to watch Giannis. They want to watch him lose or win. So whether you believe it or not, or whether you believe in his marketing ability and all of that sort of thing, he still has you watching. He still has you consuming, his product. Now going forward, and see a lot of boxers have said that they like, the Paul. They think it's good on their undercard. I be glad about that. You should be absolutely, glad with that because there's not too many guys that will come out and say that. But the fact that he has marketability, he's got the people, he's got people, listening to what he has to say and watching that guy. Maybe going forward, there's something to be said about that. But like I said, man, I don't think he wants any smoke anymore. I don't think he wants any smoke anymore. Me personally, I don't hate the pause because they're doing something that they have, they love to do. You know what I'm saying? They're doing everything that they love to do. Now, the thing that's interesting is that these guys are able to make generational wealth, fighting and not having to go through the normal rigors like some people went through. So in essence, they're actually doing something that's pretty smart, but a lot of people frown upon it because it's like, man, how they just gonna put a YouTube sensation right in the ring? But you love it or hate it, he's still selling. And like I said, it's game sold, not told. The game is sold, not told. So you say what you want. You can hate on them all that you want to, People are still fans of his. People still are tuning in to watch this guy lose. Now for Woodley, um, is this going to be a is this going to tarnish his legacy or anything like that? I mean that remains to be seen. But the fact that he stepped in there, it's just like when Conor McGregor stepped in there and fought Mayweather. Everybody knew was going to carry the. I said that about Paul. You couldn't have said that about him, because he's not an elite boxer. Do I give him props? Yeah, exactly. I mean, do I give him props for going in there and doing enough to try to get the win? Yeah, I give him both props. I give Woodley props. Listen, a lot of people. It's like when I was talking about Carissa Shields going from boxing to MMA, right? That's two different types of movements and two different styles of training. So you gotta realize that you walk around where some of these men and women have been doing it since they've been getting high. So like when Tony got beat by Randy Couture, you know what I'm saying? You absolutely knew that Tony wasn't ready for that type of style of fighting. You understand what I'm saying? It's just like the only people that were able to adapt really well and pick it up right out the rip, I would say like Herschel Walker. Because Herschel Walker went in from football right to MMA, and then you also had Clarissa Shields. Even though Clarissa Shields she fought a lady, she fought a woman that was, her record was the best in the world, but nevertheless, on her first fight, she won. And everybody was going against Clarissa Shields. Everybody was like, she couldn't do it. And plus, Clarissa Shields is still young. These guys that try to transition from MMA to boxing to MMA, they're in their late 20s going into their 30s, stuff like that. That's going to be a little bit tougher. I'm not saying it could be done. But see, in Paul's case, he still, believe it or not, he still has a lot of time and I'm not going to say because he's 24 years old. And in a lot of people's eyes, he's still a baby. Woodley is 39 years old. So Woodley is pretty much, he's setting his way. So there's absolutely no room for that guy to, evolve or anything like that. Paul, if he was to get with like a phenomenal trainer or something like that, and just work on the essentials just a little bit more. I'm not saying that he could be a heavyweight champion of the world or anything like that, but he could probably actually do somewhat of some damage against some guys, that's on the come up. 24 years, he's barely going into his prime. And a lot of people don't really see it that way. Me, I see it that way. And look, man, look. It's like, it's black and white, all this other stuff. Look, I don't look at it like that. Look, if you fight, sometimes, like, if you're gonna sit there and let's say you're 27 or you're 28 and you haven't gotten any better from the time you're
24, then okay, yeah, I'll be ready to be like, you know what, you gotta give it up. But 24 in 4 years, you can do a lot. Shoot, in 2 years, you can do a lot. So I look at it from that angle. But overall, uh, I think that moving forward, Paul's got to decide whether he's going to take this craft truly serious, or if he's just going to be, fight, celebrities or MMA fighters and stuff like that. In order for us to really truly take this serious, you're gonna have to fight. You're gonna have to fight for level competition. It might even mean that you need to take some L's. Even if you got to take some L's, man. I mean, you have to understand that some of these guys that you're fighting against, they taking L's in their sport, in their respective sport. You can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm 4-0 against celebrities or against guys that fought mostly MMA and everything like that. That's not fair. I mean, it's a win, but it's not. It doesn't equate to the level of, like, say, a Canelo or Errol Spence Jr. or even a Crawford or somebody like that. It doesn't equate to that. You can't even put Jake Paul in the same sentence as with any of the elite fighters right now. Especially if you just look at the way that he's fighting and everything like that. They'll be like, man, no way this guy still has about maybe 3 to 4 years of elite training to get done. He's never fought the Olympics. He didn't fight, a lot of average amount to any guy that you can truly call, champion. He's never done any of that stuff. So a lot of people can't really take him that serious at this point in time. What's up with it, RJ? I see you in the building. So, y'all tell me what you think. Leave your comments, like this video, share it, subscribe. If you're not a member of the channel, it's your name, man. It's Polo Sports Talk